Okay, let me see this. So I again request everyone to turn off your mic. That just for the sake of self-discipline. I can mute everyone's mic, I guess, but I want you to believe in your own discipline. Asad Ansari is here. Please turn off the mic. Okay. Thank you so much. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sir,
Yes, sir.
sure. Why not?
Okay, so I hope you are attending all three of my classes yesterday and today, and including yesterday, today, and including the day before yesterday. See, I just started from very easy, but slowly, we will head towards little bit challenging and exceptional understanding of English language. Uh, because okay, Akash, I will talk about it later on. Okay, because I know students are from different places with different background, and they are taught by different teachers in grade 9 and 10, and also they are aware of different ways of English language learning. So what I tried is, in the morning I tried to understand you, and then now, yes, well, Prajwal, we will do that slowly. But in the session online, writing practice may not be that appropriate and possible, because in writing practice, teacher must guide each and every student looking at the way they write. But today, I will give you a little bit writing question also. One writing question I will give you, and on the basis of that, you will have a sharing session, and I will also understand how much you can write. All right. And once I know where you are or how much you can write, then I can plan further. Thank you very much, everyone, for paying close attention in the previous 2 days. Today's session is also little bit more about some more grammar topics, as well as some basic rules, which will definitely help you in the multiple choice questions. I am keeping in my mind your entrance examination now. Otherwise, in language, there are a lot of other things also, and a lot of other ways also that we can discuss in the class. But why I am focusing on grammatical basic things is because in English, simple things trick us, and we will end up doing something wrong because of not being aware of the rules. Okay, in maths and science the situation is different, but in English it is different. Even the toppers. Okay, Rosna, I will learn about the procedure, how the recordings are sent, and I will talk with the authorities and they will provide you. Okay, thank you. I am also not much familiar with how things are shared, because I am uh, here very new. Yes, thank you, Navin sir. Recordings, they have been sent, as Navin sir has just reported. So please, students, follow the procedure where you can find the recordings. Thank you. So if you are hearing me and everything is going fine and you are excited for the session, please type 1 in the chat box quickly and we will start. Thank you very much. Let's not delay, because we are already 5 minutes late as per my calculation of the time. Now today I will make you very busy in listening, very busy in one of the activities and quiz, and very busy sometimes in sharing also. I may ask you some of the questions randomly, and you can raise your hand and share me the answers to those questions and the ways you have been doing. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the third day of this session. So we quickly recall these things. If you missed previous and the day before's class, we discussed on these things: verbs, causative verbs, subject verb agreement, some vocabularies, continuous development of language skills, how you need to seriously plan and work developing vocabularies and grammatical skills, reading novels, reading newspapers, reading whatever comes in your screen, but proper grammatical English. Practice a lot and make notes of your understanding. So if you are making notes, then you are one step ahead of others, because just reading is for short term. Making notes and reading again and again and again and revising That is for long term. And
Sir,
students must believe in making notes. Okay.
sir,
So
how
keep
can we
on.
increase the vocabularies?
Yes, that's what I'm focusing on. Making notes is the best way to increase your vocabularies. For example, I'll show you my own example. Whenever I read something new or whenever I encounter some new words, I record. Okay, I record in vocabulary bank. Like I have this kind of vocabulary bank even in my Google Drive. So can you see this? Let me zoom it little bit, 150%. So see, yesterday I encountered the word modesty. Although this word is not totally new for me, but I feel like the meaning in context is slightly different. And then
Yes.
I searched the meaning in internet, and then I copied and pasted and recorded in my vocabulary bank file which I have created in Google Drive. I suggest you to do this in your note copy or a kind of vocabulary bank notebook you can make. And here, what I did, I wrote the meaning. The meaning of modesty is the quality of not talking about or not trying to make people notice your abilities and achievement. Modesty means like just doing your own and not letting people let your abilities means success or fame achievements. I found this in Roald Dahl's book Boy in the sentence, when writing about oneself, one must strive to be truthful. Truth is more important than modesty. Truth is more important than modesty, it means to say. Means whenever you achieve something, it is better to share with people because it is the truth. And modesty means not sharing our abilities. So in this way, I have habit of recording wherever I have a recordings in phone, I have recordings in diary, I have recordings of these words in internet. So what happens if I do so? I can recall these dialogues, I can recall these quotations, and then we can make our vocabulary better. So these tips will really help you, everyone. So please believe in this, and then learn to learn. That this last technique I have been discussing is you have to find your own method of learning. Some of you may enjoy reading from YouTube, but enjoying just listening to the video is not good. You just have to record what you learn and then revise what you learn. Thank you so much. Okay, is there any question in the chat box? Okay, or Arjun, anything? Okay, so the vocabulary bank which I have been making, I will share with you because vocabulary also is one of the important question in a bridge course examination, or sorry, entrance examination, and to develop your overall language, it helps. So I will share this file with you for your own reference. Okay. Thank you, Arjun. So everything what I speak here is the part of teaching, so do not worry about it, Arjun. So today we are going to discuss these topics. Yesterday I talked little bit on tenses, but some confusing kind of differences I will talk. Prepositions, articles, they are also very much confusing sometimes. Every time we read a new text, we find these grammatical parts being used. Conditional sentences, there are 4 types, and out of 4 types, some multiple choice questions can be tricky if you do not know the basic rules. And of course, vocabulary, just like I talked in the beginning. So we roll on in these lessons in the next half an hour. So first of all, what is the question tag for this? Type the question tag for this statement
Shall
in the
we?
chat box.
Shall we?
Thank
Can we?
you.
Can
Thank you
we?
so much. Thank you so much.
Challenge,
That's great.
challenge.
That's great. Now, without taking more than 5 minutes, or you may not even need 5 minutes, please go through the test here, go through the test paper in Google Form and share me as quickly as possible before we begin. Thank you so much. You are very good. Shall we? When let's is used, shall we is used because this is imperative sentence, and then here you are also included. But in another type of statement, let us. Okay, in that
Will
let us we use
will you?
will
Will
you.
you?
Yes, very good, very good.
Really?
Some of you are way aware about all these things. So link is shared in the chat box. Let me share you once again. So when you go through the link and you see some multiple choice questions. The last one, okay, the last one question I have given about what do you want to say to your teacher. So that part is writing part. So if you write little bit 2 or 3 sentences or one paragraph, short paragraph, then I will know your writing skill. Just like one of the students asked earlier about writing, this can help me to understand your writing ability and we can plan accordingly. All right. Okay, let pin it. Yes, it is pinned, everyone. Okay, let me wait for a few minutes. Take your time and submit it.
Sir, what can we do now?
Dipendra, have you finished?
No, sir. सर
Did,
लिङ्कमा त थिच्नै नै जाँदैन.
is everyone facing the same problem or only you?
लिङ्कमा जाँदै जाँदैन.
Okay, let me know whether it is working or not. Is it working?
Not
No,
working.
Okay, I already received 2 responses, so of course it is working. Okay, let me share you the shortcut link also, which may help you. Okay, here it is. I already received some responses, so of course it is working to some people, means it must work to you.
Sir, in my phone, it is not working.
What is it saying?
The link is not. लिङ्कमा चाहिँ थिचा जाँदैन क्या.
यसो गर्नुहोस् न त कपी गर्नुहोस् होइन एकछिनसम्म ट्याब ट्याब गरिराखेपछि कपी हुन्छ and once you copy it go and paste in Google browser or other browser. Okay, that is also the best way. Okay, Aaron, what you do is copy the link and then paste the link in the Google browser or any other browser. Okay.
sir, my link is working now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Anita. That's great.
कफी पनि हुँदैन सर.
Okay.
सुरुमा सायद साइन इन माग्छ, साइन इन लगइन गर्नको लागि आइडी.
So yes, that is obvious. Last time also we did the same.
Yes sir, I am also sign in, then start.
Okay, I have already received 12 responses. Once I receive 50 responses, we will move on to the next. I will not discuss the answers immediately because these things will be discussed in the next coming slides. Okay, everyone? Thank you. Okay, is it still not working?
Yes, working.
Okay. Very good, it worked. So did you copy or did you restart the browser?
Yes, restart.
Good, restart works most of the time. Thank you. So
Yeah.
I already have received 47 responses.
I got my angle.
Sir, type the text your here is or AC में के लिखने हो?
So you just have to write it for the question, something like you feel केही आफूलाई मन लागेको कुरा थोरै लेखिदिनुहोस् न.
If
Okay, so Thank you everyone for participation. Some of you, if you did not get the link and you were disconnected when I shared the link, I would like to share the link once again.
Sita
You
or
keep on submitting your answer until the time I will continue with the session. All right. So here it is. Now let's
either
talk
Sita
quickly
or
about
her sister.
articles. Dipendra, please do mute and continue working. All right. Thank you. So, Anita, now on the basis of the same quiz, I will discuss on some of the very basic rules to be followed in these topics which I mentioned earlier. Starting from articles. Articles are very much important in any kind of writing to specify, to generalize, and then to really clearly talk about definite and indefinite forms of noun. Okay, so articles are found everywhere, but how they are used when we write or how they are used in a sentence can be tricky. Sometimes you can be overconfident and end up doing or selecting the wrong answer. So for that, you must know it. Okay, words that identify a noun as being specific or unspecific, definite or indefinite. Like whenever we are talking about something and the listener knows it, we can use article that is definite, the. Otherwise, or and can be used. Two sentences you can see here in the screen. After the long day, the cup of tea tasted particularly good. The long day, listener knows it, speaker specifies it. The cup of tea tasted particularly good means the listener knows this cup of tea and the speaker specifies the cup of tea. But in the second one, the speaker generalizes the things. So after a long day, a cup of tea tastes particularly good. So in this way, we have to be sure the use of different articles. Let's go quickly to or. Or and can be used for indefinite general case. Okay, so and they always come with singular countable noun. Do not use or and with plural or uncountable noun. Like when we talk about newspapers plural, we do not use article. English newspapers only. But when we talk about one, we use article. An English newspaper or a newspaper. So similarly, a cat, a dog, a pen, a horse, whenever we are talking about a single object, thing, or noun which is countable, we use article of. And then about an, always you have to be sure about the pronunciation. Apple, a. Whenever you see the vowel pronunciation, you use this article, but sometimes things can be very tricky when they appear to be vowel, but some of the initials are silent. And in that case, we have to check the pronunciation, not the spelling when we decide article. For example, a U. This U, even though there is E in the beginning, has pronunciation of
It's consonant.
consonant. Exactly, you got the point. So these examples can make you clear. But in some cases, like a SAT score and SOS message. Or even if you say yes, AT for SAT, if you pronounce it SAT for SAT, then it also becomes NSAT score. So that's the difference you have to pay attention. Or MSc student, even though M is consonant later, but
And
when
MSc.
we talk about the initial, we have to see that it is vowel. So an
Yes.
MSc student is the right answer. So that's how you have to pay serious attention in this part. These are some exceptionals. These can trick you. That's the reason I brought them in my slide and make you aware of them. If you find any difficulties, kindly let me in the chat box. Let me know in the chat box. I will move forward. Now, about article the. The can be, okay, let me see somebody else. What does I take? Was or where? In which question, Prashant? Okay, either or. Yeah, I'll come to that question, Nipun. Okay, I'll come to that question. Topic wise, I will come. Thank you. It's a kind of board. Okay, somebody asked about igloo. Igloo is kind of small house which is mm,
Beer
made up
house.
in the, yeah, beer house, or made in a snow falling areas.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's continue. Please listen to me for a while and I'll come to your answer before we end the session. Article the always comes with noun to talk about the definite case, extraordinary and exceptional noun. For example, superlative, the most excellent student of the class, the only, the same, the first, the second. And then whenever we talk about only one unit in the town, not only one person here, but in the unit, like the police force is only one in the town, the army, the fire brigades, and then religious books, newspapers, famous ships, political parties, titles, rivers, seas, plural names of countries like the Netherlands and the USA. We use article the. Periods of history like the Stone Age, the Rana Age, the King's Age. So we use article the. Historical events and buildings also we use the Martyrs' Day. Okay, the Pashupatinath, the Darara. So just we are talking about building, then we can use article the. Famous hotels, the Salty, the Hotel Akanyati. So we can use article the. Whenever we use this only one uh, in the entire universe, we use article the sun, the moon, the sky, the universe, the earth, all planet. We except the earth, we do not use article at all. Please pay attention in mind, this can confuse you. Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter and other planets, we do not use article the. There is no article, but only in earth there is article the. In second part of the sentence will plus p1 when it is okay. Thank you, Ganga, for clarifying the answer. So if we help each other in the chat box, it becomes easy for me. Mountain ranges also we use the, but do not be confused and mistaken that name of a single mountain cannot be come with article the. Ranges we use
Yes.
article the, but the mountain name they are independently alone. They come without any article. Okay, please pay attention in this. Points on the globe, the North Pole, the South Pole, the equator, they come with article the. Inventions, we invented the radio and the telephone, we use article the. Proper nouns, when they are qualified, okay, the great Caesar, the immortal Shakespeare, okay, the wisest man in the town, okay, the most helpful person in our village, we can use article the. Adjectives representing social groups like the rich, the poor, the blind, the deaf, the politicians, we can use article the, because we are specifying the group of people in certain criterias and areas and list, so we have to use article the. Parallel comparatives also we use article the more you practice, the more you learn, the more one has, the more one wants. So this use of the makes the statement more specific and definite. And we use no article when we talk about days and months come over, like on Monday afternoon, we do not say on the Monday afternoon. Languages and subjects, we do not use article, like he has a good knowledge of English, he has a good knowledge of French, we do not say the English here. Games or sports, like do you play cricket or basketball, we generally do not say do you play the cricket or the basketball. Europe, Nepal, and some of the continents, because they are not independent like us, and they share certain part political or administrative part with other. That's why we say the Sudan, the Ukraine, and the Congo, because these are exceptions. And streets and lakes do not use article at all. Parks and falls do not use article at all. Colors do not use illness like pneumonia and then other kind of diseases, long-lasting diseases, diabetes, and all do not use article. Single mountain do not use article. I repeated it because this is confusing sometimes. Mountain range takes article the, but single mountains they do not take article. Magazines also independently. Wisdom, Himal, no need to use article. Magazines they do not take article, but newspapers they take article. The Himalayan Times we say, but wisdom, Himal Khabar Patrika. We do not say the Himal Khabar Patrika. So these are also some of the exceptional rules in article you must pay attention to. Now, without doing any delay, I'd like to clear you about the preposition. Preposition shows the relationship of ideas expressed in the prepositional phrase, comparing with one noun to another noun. This first paragraph, which I have extracted from the text related to World Cup, is shown here. May I request somebody to read out this paragraph? Who can do it? Please raise your hand first.
The first World Cup trophy was designed by the French sculptor Albert Lefebvre, who
The first
created
World Cup trophy
Jules.
was
Okay, I'm so sorry. Some of you have already started reading without my permission. I just asked you to raise your hand, and once you raise your hand, I will allow you to read it. So I would like to request Subhas Pokhrel. Subhas Pokhrel, please read the paragraph in less than 1 minute.
The first World Cup trophy was designed by the French sculptor Abbé Lafleur, who created jewels remade saturated with gold in a base of semi-precious stones. Jules Remade Cup was awarded to Brazil after its third World Cup triumph in Mexico in 1970. In 1983, Jules Remade Cup was stolen in Brazil and could not be recovered. The second official World Cup trophy has been in use since 1974. Nowadays, the winners of the World Cup are awarded a replica of the trophy.
Okay, thank you very much, Subhas, for reading so fluently. Well, now, the words which I have highlighted here with red font, like by, with, in, and then since, they are the prepositions. Thank you so much, everyone, for trying to uh, cooperate in reading here. Thank you so much. Because we have large number of students in the group, if I allow you to speak without any permission, then it becomes very difficult to manage and handle. That's the reason I asked you to do so. Please do not mind and focus on what is being explained. Even if you already know the things that I'm explaining, you will have quick revision and recall. Okay. So now prepositions of place, you can see whenever the position is just on the surface we use on, when it is under, when it is top. So I just want to make sure about it. So you can see here under, about the object, on top of the table, so you can see, and then at the window, above the dog, so below the cat, so you can see, in front, between, and when there are more than three, then we use among, in the drawer, next to the boy, behind the chair. So these are few placement preposition you just have to understand. And sometimes confusing preposition can be of time. Okay, time preposition can be very much confusing if you do not pay serious attention to it. For a short period of time we use it, like at 12 o'clock, at New Year, at Dasai, at Christmas, at lunch time, dinner time, at the weekend. But on we use for day, little longer. Short period of time we use it, day we use on, and longer period of time like year or season or weeks or decades or centuries or years, we use in. So this Venn diagram, if you are familiar with Venn diagram, this Venn diagram makes you clear that in is the biggest one, on is somewhere in the middle, and it means short period of time. So in this way we can make preposition of time quite.
We use
Yeah.
only in seasonals.
Yes, in spring, in winter, when we are particularly talking about the whole, then we use in. But in this case, like on one of the days of spring, so whenever you focus on day, you go for on. Whenever you focus on time or the specific festival period like Christmas or Dasai or Tiyar, you use it. But overall season we use in. Okay, thank you so much for uh, asking the question. So what can be the answer here? This is a quick test for you. Write in the chat box. Okay, he carried the rubbish to the bin. I don't think two is the answer here.
In
I also, yes, Vikas is the correct here. Into the bin. Sumit is also correct here. Sumit, thank you so much. In is not the answer here. Into is the answer. Because looking at the, it's fine. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Thank you so much. This is slightly tricky, and you all participated actively. Now, talking about the tenses. Yesterday, I talked about tense. Some of you were confused. Excuse me. Okay, let me check with everyone. Am I audible clearly, everyone? Type yes or type one in the chat box. Thank you so much. So the previous one was into. Okay. So this tense chart I have shown not to teach you about tense, but to make you clear about it, working like this in your rough copy when you practice. And I don't want to talk much about the structure. I want to talk about the rules. For example, whether to use simple present or present continuous is very much confusing for us. We use the simple present tense for facts, present affairs, and permanent states, but the present continuous tense we use for unfinished or temporary actions which are going on. For example, I live in Pokhara. Okay, Jay Khatri, yes, some difficult prepositions, just like I said earlier. I would like to add one more example. Sorry for the interruption. I must address the question here. Like preposition at and preposition in for place. Okay, whenever I say I am in the hospital, it is like I am admitted to the hospital, I am doing my treatment in the hospital. But if I say I am at the hospital, means I am visiting another person in the hospital, right? Preposition at for place has this meaning. In school also same thing, in any other places also same thing. You can say I am in the theater when you are watching a movie, but if you are randomly going it, oh, onto means when you are throwing something towards the surface, त्यो बेला हामी onto use गर्छौँ है. onto भनेको मुभमेन्ट हो कि, जस्तो कुनै एक ठाउँबाट अर्को ठाउँमा म फाल्दैछु अथवा राख्दैछु भने onto हुन्छ. जस्तो अघिकोमा चाहिँ के थियो त, डस्टबिनमा फोहोर राख्दै थियो, राख्दै गरेको सिचुएसनमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ त, into हुन्छ. राखिसके पछाडि चाहिँ in हुन्छ है. थ्रु या थ्रु भनेको कुनै एउटा पाथवेलाई क्रस गर्यो भने थ्रु हुन्छ. जस्तो आई ट्राभल फ्रम हियर टु एनदर प्लेस एन्ड आई गो थ्रु सर्टेन भिलेज अर सर्टेन एरिया. एन्ड अलोङ भनेको साइड बाई साइड हिँड्ने. आई एम वाकिङ अलोङ द रोड इन द प्लेस वेयर pedestrians walk. So in that way, oh, the ball hits me onto my face. Fine, falls भन्दा hits भन्दा राम्रो होला. Okay, thank you so much for the questions. It is very nice to have your inquiry. Prepositions are broad. Okay, for vehicles also same. For vehicles like examples.
Sir, even
I
to
am
do,
on
I
the.
want
I
to,
am on the way.
even to
Yes,
do.
please. Yes, please.
I
We
want
use
to know
in
about
for
if
small vehicles, but we use on for large vehicles, okay, which you can stand and walk around. I am traveling on the bus, we say, but I am traveling in the taxi, we have to say. Bhajan, please mute your microphone. Let me repeat once again. I am traveling on the bus, we say, but I am traveling in the taxi, we say. For small vehicles, we use in. For big vehicles, we use on. And whenever you are on the way to something, you have to say it, not in. But if you have accident or if you have some problems somewhere in the middle of the path, then you can say, I am having long traffic in certain name of the place. You can say that. Okay. So let me repeat once again. We use on the vehicle when you are referring to the large vehicle. We use on the vehicle. For larger ones like subway, metro, boat, airplane, bus, etc. But we use in So these are basic rules you can be aware of in it. So let's come back to the tense. Two examples you see here. I live in Pokhara and I am living in Pokhara. What are the differences? I live in Pokhara means I permanently live here. I am living in Pokhara means I am not permanently living here but temporarily living here, just thinking about buying a new house or just spending some time in my relative's house or just spending my time for vacation. So in this way, the tense can be totally different and contrast. Okay, everyone. So I also have given you one tense related question in the test earlier. Which was that question? Okay, this one. So look at this, everyone. Conditional and tense related question. So in this question also, you can see, if my grandfather were alive today, he would have been 164 years old. I will explain about the conditionals slowly in 1 minute. Now here was, where the options. 43 students have selected was, which is wrong, because, let me show you this, because you see here, he would have been is used here. When would have been is used here, then you have to understand it is conditional number 3 and the option will be past perfect tense. Past perfect tense comes with had been. That's why it is necessary to understand the structure as well as the correct use of combination in such situations. Okay, so for example, you see here whether to use present perfect or present perfect continuous. What have you been doing since I left? What have you done since I left? They have different meanings. What have you been doing suggests us to know that something done by the person. के गरिरहेको छौ, kind of. But what have you done since I left means what did you do? के चाहिँ गर्यो, like it is shocking kind of situation. So in both of the situations, we have to think of the context and decide the tense. All right. So that's the reason I quickly want to show you the formulas for conditionals. See, in zero conditional, we use present simple tense followed by simple present tense. Example sentence is also given here. I have taken this screenshot from one of the website, either British Council or
Yes.
Cambridge, I forgot.
Get hard.
So now you see, if you heat ice, it melts, right? Both are present tense in zero conditional. But now let's think about the first conditional. In first conditional, we talk about present simple situation with infinitive in the later on, or we just use will plus infinitive here. If it rains, we will cancel the trip. If it rains,
Also one
do
formula,
not.
sir.
Yeah,
Be plus simple present comma imperative sentence.
exactly, imperative sentences. Whenever you have to give command, suggestion, advices, then you can give.
Yes.
Like if you find anything difficult, immediately ask me. Okay, if you find anything confusing, let me know. So then in that way also, you can use first conditional. Thank you so much. You are quite aware of these rules. Second conditional, if I were you, I would study more. In case of simple the past tense, we can use any, but for was and where is more popular here. It is a kind of tradition. When we are thinking hypothetically in imaginary way, we cannot say I was, we have to say I were. So
Sir,
I would study
with
more, or would we use,
which
excuse me?
आईसँग वेयर लगाउने कि वाज लगाउने?
You know, in general case, we use words. Okay, when I
Yes.
was alone and all that situation is fine. But when we are using second conditional, because second conditional is all imaginary, real होइन नि त यो, imaginary हो. त्यही भएर in this case, we always use were here. Was लगाउँदैनौँ हामी है. If I were a prime minister of the country, or if I were the teacher, I would teach in this way. So always
Yes,
हामी यसमा
yes.
were लगाउँछौँ. This is exceptional conditional rule. किन लगाएको त भन्दा यो imaginary situation हो, real होइन. Was ले real लाई जनाउँछ, were ले imaginary and hypothetical situation लाई जनाउँछ. त्यही भएर है त. अनि अघि मैले देखाएको example चाहिँ यो third conditional को थियो है त. धेरैजना कन्फ्युज हुनु भएको रहेछ. 43 स्टुडेन्ट्स ले was मा लगाउनु भएको छ, अनि त्यसपछि 12 स्टुडेन्ट्स ले were मा लगाउनु भएको छ, 7 स्टुडेन्ट्स ले is मा लगाउनु भएको छ, तर राइट एन्सर had been हो के. 70 स्टुडेन्टले चाहिँ had been मा लगाउनु भएको छ. सो जसले कन्फ्युजन भएको थियो यहाँ हेर्ने, past perfect tense followed by would have plus past participle means V3. So always you have to pay attention in this third conditional and second conditional, because this question can trick even the toppers in entrance examination, which I have been facing and noticing. So please pay attention here. These are the few examples I have recorded, just like the earlier examples. Conditional sentences can come in question sentences also. So I have given this. And another question which I wanted to share is this. See, यसमा वाज लाउने कि वेयर लाउने भन्ने अघि एकजनाको क्वेसन आएको थियो, त्यसको एन्सर म अहिले दिँदैछु है त। ल हेर्नुस् त, वाज लाउने रहेछ कि वेयर लाउने रहेछ त यसमा। if I him, I would accept the proposal. So यहाँ चाहिँ हामी जहिले पनि where लगाउँछौँ, was लगाउँदैनौँ, किनभने यो conditional situation हो, there are two clauses, अनि यो simple sentence पनि हैन के, यो चाहिँ कस्तो sentence हो त, compound sentence हो. Compound sentence comes with two clauses. Independently, both the clauses can make sense, but their connection gives us the clear meaning, reason, and the let's say outcome. All right. So if I were him, I would accept the proposal is the right answer here. Similarly, in the first one, I shall have my hair washed. यसमा धेरैजनाले ठिकै गर्नुभएको छ, तर अझै 24 जनाको मिस्टेक छ, ख्याल गर्नु होला. In the first one, I got my uncle to mend. हैन, यो रुल हामीले हिजो डिस्कस गरेको थियो, सबैजनाले राम्रोसँग नै एन्सर दिनुभएको छ. Thank you so much for making it very much easy and clear. I talked about this. अब यहाँ either or को सिचुएसन है त, एकजनाले either or को बारेमा सोध्नु भएको थियो. Let me make it very clear. In either or situation, like I am displaying here in the screen, so let me see. Either Sita or her sisters arrived. Now nearby, okay, the nearest one, the nearest noun decides whether to use singular or plural. Her sisters is plural, that's why have is the answer. But if you say either Sita or her friend singular, then we can use has. Right? In either or, neither nor case, the nearest noun, whether it is singular or plural, decides what verb to use. Clear? Everyone, are you clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, exactly. Nipun has asked subject along with subject को टाइपमा. त्यस्तो सिचुएसनमा चाहिँ जस्तो and आएको छ भने हामीले jointly हेर्नुपर्छ, along with आएको छ भने independently first को लागि हेर्नुपर्छ, either or र neither nor आएको छ भने nearest लाई हेर्नुपर्छ है. यो तीनटा कुराहरु सम्झिनु भयो भने भइहाल्छ. अब यहाँ एउटा select the part which is incorrect, यसमा पनि धेरैले क्लियरली बुझि नै सक्नु भएको छ. यो क्वेशन मैले सुरुको दिनमा पनि राखेको थिएँ, अहिले पनि राखेको छु. किन रिपिटेडली राखेको भन्दा धेरै जना यसमा झुकिन्छन् के, अनि यो क्वेशन रिपिटेडली आइरहेको पनि हुन्छ, त्यही भएर हो. अनि he doesn't believe in God, he is, and very good, article is very clear. He likes to play games such as
6 number again.
6 number, yes, 6 number. After the parents took their child, THEIR there चाहिँ यसमा राइट हुन्छ, THERE they are चाहिँ यसमा रङ हुन्छ. त्यही भएर which is incorrect भनेर क्वेशनले सोधेको छ, this is incorrect है त. Right. Now 8 number also, he likes to play games such as, see, this type of word choice also is one of the important question that you have to deal with in practice questions also. So now here the cat jumped onto the top shelf. Yeah, onto को कुरा आयो नि. Onto the top shelf means cat jumped somewhere from outside to the top shelf है. एक ठाउँबाट अर्को ठाउँको मुभमेन्ट देखियो नि यसमा. जब मुभमेन्ट देखिए पछाडि हामी onto भन्नुपर्छ, त्यसमा डाउटै भएन. But the bookcase, now over the bookcase. So when it is talking about the top shelf त जहिले पनि टपमा हुन्छ नि त, अनि त्यही भएर over the bookcase चाहिँ आयो. bookcase चाहिँ तलपट्टि थियो होला, अथवा बुक राखेको कपबोर्डै भए पनि we can use like this. Somebody is cooking food and the sound is coming here. Please mute your mic. Now 10th number, I have been reading David Copperfield for 2 days. I am still reading it. I am still reading it. हिजो देखाएको थिएँ मैले example. When we talk about I am still doing something from the past, we use present perfect continuous tense. All right. So this is how we come to the vocabularies part. Some synonyms and antonyms I have given you here. Record them and learn in your own. They are very much important questions. So do you have any questions, anyone? Let's have quick conversation, communication, and we will end up one by one, please. Okay, Dennis Khan first.
How many synonym questions are asked in entrance exam?
Excuse me, Dennis, how many English questions?
Synonym and antonym questions are asked in
Oh,
entrance
synonym
exam.
antonym questions generally are asked two or sometimes only one, because different colleges have their own kind of way of testing you in entrance examination. Entrance examination को कुनै त्यस्तो गभर्नमेन्ट लेभलको अथवा इन्टरनेसनल लेभलको क्राइटेरिया हुँदैन, किन भन्दा कलेजले स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूको बेसिक अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङलाई चेक गर्ने हो। अनि त्यही भएर कसैले दुईटा, कसैले एउटा, कसैले तीनटा राख्छन्। अब कसैले चाहिँ इङ्ग्लिसको 20 क्वेसन्स पनि राख्छन्, कसैले इङ्ग्लिसको 10 वटा मात्र क्वेसन राख्छन्। त्यसैले you have to be sure about it. Okay, thank you, Madhusudan. I will try my best to share. Of course, I will share. Anila, okay, Trishna Chaudhary. I would like to take the question of Trishna Chaudhary. Trishna, are you hearing me? Okay, looks like she is not having. Another question I can see here, sir, can you write one example of zero conditional? It is just like if I drink too much coffee, I cannot sleep in the night. See, both the sentences, this is condition number one. It is just like when the sun goes down, it gets dark. This is the example of zero conditional. In zero conditional, both the statements are positive. If I hit ice, it melts. So such things are there. Okay, cause and effect.
Sir, can we write zero conditional in first conditional sentence?
No. First and zero, the difference is zero is universally accepted fact, proven fact. सबैले विश्वास गर्ने कुरा हुन्छ जिरोमा। भने फर्स्ट कन्डिसनलमा चाहिँ पोसिबिलिटी र प्रोबेबिलिटीको पनि कुरा हुन्छ। जस्तो इफ आई गो टु द मार्केट, आई विल बाई अ न्यू पेयर अफ सुज भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दा मैले किन्न सक्ने सम्भावना भयो, तर किन्छु नै भन्ने स्योर त भएन नि। It is just like if I go to the market, I miss my class today. त्यसमा चाहिँ के भयो त सर्टेन भयो कि। So if I go to the market, I miss my class today, zero conditional. If I go to the market, I will buy a pair of shoes चाहिँ condition number 1 भयो है त।
So we cannot write first conditional sentence in zero conditional sentence, right?
According to the context, sometimes they can be interchangeable. तर एक्जामिनेसनमा सोध्दाखेरि चाहिँ कन्टेक्स्टलाई हामीले न्युट्रलाइज गरेर बुझ्नुपर्ने हुन्छ है। कतिवटा क्वेसन आउँछ भनेर सोध्नु भएको रहेछ, 20 वटा क्वेसन 25 वटा क्वेसनसम्म पनि आउन सक्छ। म्यानेजमेन्टमा इङ्ग्लिसलाई अझ बढी फोकस दिन्छ साइन्समा भन्दा, त्यसैले यु हेभ टु बी भेरी सिरियस इन इट। Akash says, sir, why are you teaching too fast? Akash, English is very broad. यो त ओसन जत्रो ठुलो हुन्छ। हामी यति धेरै टपिकहरु रिभाइज गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ कि मैले दिनमा एउटा मात्रै पढाए भने त हजुरहरुलाई पक्कै पनि बोरिङ लाग्छ हैन र। So that's why I am trying to make you more curious, and I know after this class also you will do research in your own, अनि त्यसपछि त्यसमा पढ्नुहुन्छ सिक्नुहुन्छ र जान्नु भएन भने you can ask me in the next day. So I will share this. Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Based on the colleges. All right.
Sir, अझै vocabulary दिनु पर्ने।
निकेत हुन्छ यस्तो गर्नुस् न निकेत, vocabulary related क्वेशन्सहरु डिफरेन्ट सोर्सेसहरुबाट हजुरहरुले खोजि नै रहनुहुन्छ र मैले मेन हाइलाइट किन गरेको भन्दा let me come to the reality. If you read vocabularies यति धेरै in a single day, then you will end up remembering nothing, right? But if you read 4 or 5 vocabularies every day, then in 10 days you will have a bank of 100 words. So I will give you some vocabularies in the coming session. Don't worry about it. But what I do is natural way of remembering and gaining knowledge is the best way. Okay. So thank you so much. We are done for the day. And गाह्रो छ सर भन्नुभयो हैन, गाह्रो कहीं पनि छैन प्रज्वल, you can be exceptional, everyone is like you. तर के हो त सेन्ट जेभियर्समा भन्दा अलिकति धेरै स्टुडेन्टहरु आउँछन् र धेरैमा कम्पिटिसन गर्दा अलिकति गाह्रो हुन सक्छ, but if you just do your best independently, nothing is difficult, nothing is impossible.
Sir,
हेलो सर
sir, I go to your
बेन
house
सर
center.
हजुर नवीन सर हस्त नमस्कार सर, गुड
हजुर
मर्निङ।
नहीं नहीं सर एउटा कुरा भन्न लागेको थिएँ मैले।
ए भन्नु सर भन्नु।
हजुर मैले यो जुन बच्चाहरूले भनिरहेछ सिनोनिम एन्टोनिम मिनिङ्सहरुको छ नि,
हजुर हजुर हजुर
हो त्यो मैले एउटा पीडीएफ बनाएर पठाइदिइसकेको छ सर उनीहरुको ग्रुपमा।
ए ल कस्तो
उहाँहरूले
राम्रो,
हेर्न
फलो गर्नुहोस्
सक्नुहुन्छ
न
है।
है।
हजुर
थ्याङ्क यू सो मच नवीन सर। त्यही त यस्तो छ कि अलिकति इन्डिपेन्डेन्टली आफूले पनि कता कता के आइरहेको छ भन्ने कुरा हेर्नुभयो भने इट इज भेरी इजी।
हजुर
तर मैले
हजुर
चाहिँ फ्रम अ टिचर्स पोइन्ट अफ भ्यू जस्तो एकै दिन सबै दिँदाखेरि मलाई अलिकति कस्तो हुन्छ नि त, त्यो मसँग छ भन्ने तर नपढ्ने हुन्छ क्या स्टुडेन्टहरूको।
हजुर सर हजुर
अनि त्यही
हजुर
भएर मैले के गर्छु, थोरै थोरै एभ्री डे डिस्कस गर्दा के हुन्छ, त्यो ज्ञान बढ्दै जान्छ नि त। सो
हजुर
त्यो हो।
सर
तर हजुरहरूलाई चाहिन्छ भने हामी अझै पनि बनाएर दिन तयार छौँ, त्यसमा डाउट मान्नु पर्दैन। जे दिएको छ
हजुर
पहिला त्यो पढ्दै गर्नुहोस् है। थ्याङ्क यू
हजुर
नवीन सर फर क्ल्यारिफिकेसन।
हजुर थ्याङ्क यू सो मच सर। हस् हस्
अनि
हुन्छ सर।
नवीन सर, इज इट अल राइट, एभ्रिथिङ इज गोइङ अन अडिबल एन्ड अल? अडियो
अहिले
आवाजको कुरा के छ?
मैले सुनेको र बेस्ट इङ्ग्लिस टिचर मैले तपाईँलाई पाएँ सर, ह्यान्ड्स डाउन।
थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच सर। थ्याङ्क यू सर। म हजुरसँग एकपटक कुरा गर्ने नै वाला थिएँ। ठिक छ सर। मैले अब यहाँ स्टुडेन्टहरूले पनि मलाई राम्रैसँग एप्रिसिएट गर्नुभएको छ, साथ दिनुभएको छ, डिस्टर्ब गर्नुभएको छैन। सबैजनालाई धेरै धन्यवाद है त। ल आजलाई हामी छुटौँ। अब मैले हजुरहरूलाई
सर